Hello and welcome to the E14 Toybox. My name's Rob and thank you very much for watching this video where I unbox the mysterious world of Heroclix boosters and blind bags. So this one is a mixed bag, so in very, mixed box in this case, but you get the drift. So I'll be unboxing two gravity feeds from the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice set because, as I mentioned before, I have them. You might as well see what I get because I'm none the wiser. And I'm going to do one booster from Avengers Defenders War and one from the Marvel What If range for the 15th anniversary Heroclix. So I haven't got any of these yet. Well, I do, but I don't know what they are. So we'll find out in a minute what I've got. So first of all, we'll get the gravity feeds done. So Superman vs Batman 1 is a Bruce Wayne. So this is a standard Ben Affleck's here. Ben Affleck's. Let's flip that around to click 1. I don't know why I do it, but I do. So he's a nice piece, quite nicely sculpted, and there you go. You can now see, nice suit, Bruce. Good job. He's got untouchable Playboy millionaire, so he can move through opposing characters for the purposes of movement. He has sidestep, no turning back, alter ego, I am Batman. Give Bruce Wayne a power action that deals no pushing damage, and replace this character with 001 Batman on his orange starting line. So that's 2 out of 4 clicks of that have the Batman swap ability. So if he takes a couple of points of damage, he will become Batman, or he can become Batman. Irritating that he can't switch out for the power suit Batman, but I do get why they do it. Willpower and a box out for his defense, his damage rather. When you add Bruce Wayne to your force during force construction, you may also add 001 to Batman. Turn to its orange starting line. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a standard power that Batman can use on that starting click. Bruce Wayne can use the chosen power until you choose again. Oh, so he's got basically some of Batman's abilities even though he's in the tux, so that's pretty cool. And then he gains combat reflexes on his defense and support later on. Obviously, in the meantime, you're trying to turn him out for Batman. So he's got Batman ally, so he can use stealth even though it's not on his dial. I believe that's still how it works. So this one of the two is slightly heavier, so I'm hoping... Oh, okay. He's just had too many cakes. This one is a unique... You've seen him before, but nonetheless, if this is your first episode, I will briefly cover his dial. And his name is... His name is officially Jeremy Irons, but his name is Alfred Pennyworth. So he's nifty, got some nifty specs on. Enormous eyebrow ridges, but there you go. He has the ability as a trait to give himself a power action and stop 2 characters from targeting each other, one from your force, one from theirs. He's got leap, climb, and sidestep on his movement as he goes along, and combat reflexes and defend, and then enhancement, empower, and support. He's 30 points. He has Batman ally, so he can also, like I say, I'm pretty sure that means you can use stealth. Pretty cool for 30 points. I think that's nifty. So, nonetheless, not a power suit Batman, so it goes. However, I do have one of those. I was just looking to do something cool with it that I think you would all really dig. So, let's find out what's in the Avengers Defenders War booster. So this is a rare piece in terms of the rarest piece inside is a rare. So we'll start from rarest to, well, they're all kind of much for muchness really. So nonetheless, they are some cool pieces, some of which I don't have and some of which I have but in different forms. So first one is Wasp. It's going to be tough to get this one in shop. I'll do my best because she's very, very tiny, very small indeed. Let's see if I can put her in front of the card. Does it focus in on her? It doesn't seem to know when to do it and when not to, but such is the equipment you've got to work with, Rob. So there you go. Time for a costume change. Give Wasp a free action if she began your turn on the map. Replace her with another character with this trait on the same click number, so she can swap for a different Wasp. She's 40 points for 4 clicks. She has running shot and sidestep 2 and 2 on her movement. Incapacitate for 2 and then nothing. And then super senses all the way through. She's tiny size, understandably so, and she has 2 lightning bolts for the purposes of targeting and damage wielding things. Next one I do have, unfortunately, well, I wouldn't say unfortunately, I have it from the first Avengers Defenders War I ever opened. Luke Cage. Nonetheless, he's a pretty cool piece. Look at those massive guns. He's got 5 clicks of health for 50 points. He's got 1 click of charge, 4 clicks of plasticity, and then toughness on his defense. Or he's got a box out as well, which I'll come to. So the Marvel Knights at the beginning of this game, for all characters with this trait, choose 1. Characters using this trait have a minimum attack value of 10, or characters using this trait are wildcards. So he's Avengers, Hero for Hire, and Marvel Knights. Unbreakable Skin. Luke Cage can use invulnerability and willpower. Penetrating damage dealt to Luke Cage can be reduced. So he's got the ability to negate the penetrating element of it, which is understandable, really. He's got really tough skin. He's got 2 clicks of Close Combat Expert on his last 2 clicks of the dial. So for 50 points, he's pretty nifty. Now, last episode, I pulled an Iron Man and mentioned that it had been a while since I pulled one. In a similar vein, it has also been a while since I had a Hulk. He's a really nifty Hulk as well. Nice grey, screaming into the air. I really like that. Do you know what, actually? Even though it's an uncommon, but I really like that. A little bit messy on the paint job at the back. They've let the jeans bleed into the skin. I mean, I've been there, so I understand. In real life, actually, not even painting. My jeans just bleed into my skin. So he's got a trait. He's got 2 traits, in fact. He can use super strength, makes sense. And at the beginning of your turn, if Hulk was targeted with an attack since your last turn, place an anger token on this card. If he wasn't attacked, remove an anger token. After placing or removing, if Hulk has 5 anger tokens or more, he is immediately KO'd. Wow, that's a tricky balancing act. So we've got... Now, what's interesting is there's no payoff to those anger tokens. It is literally just try not to get hit every turn. So he's got sidestep, charge. He's 6 clicks for 75 points. He's got half and half sidestep and charge, first 3, last 3. Steal energy for the last 3 on his dial, so he can regenerate a little bit. Invincible and impervious on his defense, so half and half. And then 1 click with no modifications and 5 clicks of Battle Fury on his damage, but he has got an attack damage all the way through of 4, so he is not a easy man to not take damage from. Next, we have one of the Marvel Knights. I have this piece, but not this dial. So we have Elektra, Miss Nachos herself. It's a pretty awesome sculpt. She's got the sides just kind of flying behind her as she's kind of charging in. So she's 5 clicks for 50 points. She is red almost everywhere on this dial. So she's got shifting focus. She's able to replace with another character with the trait on the same click. She's also got the Marvel Knights ability, so she can set the minimum attack value to 10 or using the cat trait of wildcards. Movement box out. Give Elektra a close combat action to make any number of close attacks, each targeting an adjacent opposing character that wasn't already targeted during this action. Wow, so she can really go some. I can only make 2 attacks to 1. I must be slowing down. Flurry on 2 clicks out of 5. So the first 3 is the Dance of Death. And then Blaze Claw's Fangs everywhere. And Super Senses everywhere. So she's particularly tough. Damage of 1. So the Blaze Claw's Fangs is really worth doing. 50 points for 5 clicks. She's got no team abilities to speak of. But she does have the ability to ignore hindering terrain and elevated terrain for the purposes of movement, so that's cool. And then finally, a rare piece, nonetheless a lovely sculpt, so I'm pretty chuffed with that, is Nighthawk. So there we go, put him in shot there. Bit of translucent plastic, always a fan. So defenders together, once per turn. He has defenders team ability, once per turn. For all characters, if a character uses a defender's team ability to replace his defense value with Nighthawk's, that character can choose to reroll one of the dice in the attack roll. So that looks like a pretty standard power. Charge. So he can use, on his first 2 clicks, he can use Charge, Flurry, and Stealth. He has Sidestep on the rest. Combat Reflexes and Willpower, 2 and 3. 2 clicks and then 3 clicks, I should say. And then Outwit and Close Combat Expert is kind of spread in among the dials. So it's Outwit, Close Combat Expert, 2 more Outwit, and then Close Combat Expert again. 70 points for 5 clicks. He's awesome. I like him a lot. And he's a flyer, which is always handy when you've got the ability to ignore elevated terrain and so on. Now comes another fun part. So I get to open for the first time a What If booster. So this is an absolute toy box first. I have no idea what to expect from this one. I haven't had a peek or anything like that. I've just opened it so I can not spend time opening it on camera. I'm hoping for Punisher of the Strange. That's a pretty awesome piece. I'll also settle for Iron Punisher. That's good. I say settle like I'm some entitled kid. Anything I'll be, basically I'll be happy with anything nifty and kind of wacky and out there. I will also, to be fair, I'd quite like some of the classic Avengers, some of the classic Marvel skins. So let's find out what we've got. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Some very cool stuff. Right, where to start is the question, because these are all pretty nifty. So that's a uncommon, so that's fine. We will go for the super rare, I think. Last. Is that yeah, that looks like a super rare. So let's go here first. First one is one of the, I believe, the Runaways. Yep. Runaways in Young Avengers. So I've read a few Runaways where they cross over into the things like Civil War and stuff, and they're pretty, they're pretty entertaining. Molly Hayes. So let's go through her dial in a bit more depth. She's 4 clicks for 50 points. She has a range of 0, so she's close combat only. Runaways. Once per turn when Molly Hayes attacks, if she's adjacent to a friendly character with the Runaways or Young Avengers keyword, she can reroll a 1 on the die of the attack roll. That's pretty cool. So that's a trait throughout. She has charge and sidestep, 2 of each on her movement. She has no attack powers to speak of. 2 clicks of invincible, followed by 2 clicks of toughness, and then 4 clicks of the following box out ability. Molly Hayes can use Close Combat Expert, but as a close combat action. When she does and hits, the target is knocked back 4 squares instead of any other knockback. Cool. So she hits quite hard in terms of knockback for sure. She has a defense, a damage of 3, then 2. So she can still do some extra damage with knockback and a nearby wall. Alrighty. Next we'll go for a soldier piece. Nice and very generic, but at the same time, I don't have any, so there's that. Punisher Squad. So it's a shield, I guess, kind of guy. Yeah, shield soldier. He has stealth all the way through. 4 clicks for 30 points. 2 clicks of combat reflexes followed by nothing on his defense, and then range combat expert all the way through. 30 points. Shield ability. I forget what the shield ability is. I almost never use it. Very, very rare that you'll see me use that. Now, next we have... Now, I mentioned I'd be happy with Punisher of the Strange. I mentioned I'd be happy with Iron Punisher. One combination that I didn't do, which I'm still happy with, Dr. Stark. So he's pretty awesome. Look at that. He is 6 clicks for 115 points. So this is What If Volume 2, Iron Man became Sorcerer Supreme. So we have 1 click of phasing teleport. We'll start with the traits, actually. From an alternate Earth. If this character is on your sideline, you may give a free action to a friendly character named Doctor Strange or Iron Man that's equal or more points to replace them with this character on the same click number. You can also use Energy Shield Deflection as a trait. Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use Penetrating Psychic Blast, Precision Strike, or Pulse Wave. So he has 1 click of Phasing Teleport, 2 clicks of Force Blast, and then 2 clicks of Sidestep and nothing. On his attack, Penetrating Psychic Blast for 3, and then Pulse Wave for the other 3. 6 clicks of defense, so 2 of Impervious, 2 of Invulnerability, and 2 of Toughness. And then on his damage dial, Probability Control for 2, followed by Perplex for 4. He's really cool. Plus, he's got the Mystic's Team ability, which means anybody attacks him gets a little bit of damage for their trouble. So that's always nice. No other team abilities to speak of, but that's hardly surprising. Stark Industries, Armor, and Mystical keywords. Next, There's an Asgardian theme on these next two. So we have Thor. So he's I guess a rare. Doesn't really... Oh no, it's just a... Oh no, it might be a rare actually, yeah. Number 30, that seems right. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, feel free. 6 clicks of damage for 105 points. 1 click of running shot, 3 clicks of sidestep, 2 clicks of running shot again. 2 clicks of pulse wave, 3 clicks of penetrate and psychic blast, followed by pulse wave again. And then invincible for 1, invulnerable for 2, and then energy shield deflection for 3, and then a damage box out, which I'll come to. So this is What If Volume 2, Thor was a Thrall of Seth. Hopefully that means something to other people, because I haven't read those comics, so I don't know. Traits, damage box out, under Seth's thrall. Give an adjacent friendly character with a mystical keyword and a point value of 50 or more a double power action that deals no pushing damage. When you do, Thor may make a close or ranged attack, so he can be pushed by other people, basically. Running shot, I mentioned already, blah, blah, blah. Been through those. 105 points for 6 clicks. He has a range of 7. So he's not not insurmountable, but he's pretty tough in relation to some of the other pointed characters. Now, here comes the really cool one from a What If in 1978. What if Jane Foster had found the Hammer of Thor? So we have super rare Thor Dis. So I really like this piece. Translucent plastic's always a plus for me. It's just an awesome pose with her sweeping the hammer out. Let's see what we've got. So she's 6 clicks for 105 points. No range to speak of, so she's an attacker, a swinger. Not that kind. 6 clicks, so she's got a box out on her movement. Thor Dis can use charge, flurry, and sidestep all in one go. That's awesome. And then, so that, then flurry, then that again, then flurry twice, then earthbound neutralize, where she becomes Jane Foster again. 3 clicks of super strength, followed by 2 clicks of precision strike and nothing, because she's Jane Foster again. Invincible for 3, impervious for 2, and then a defense box out, which is finding the real Thor, stop. Thor Dis can use defend, Thor Dis can't be healed. Calling the lightning is her damage box out, which gives her a range value of 6 on clicks 2, 4, and 5, and then she has intermittent nothing, and then finally support. So she's still useful even after she hits the last click, because she's got support, so that's always handy. Well, a tough one again. So if you watched the last episode, you'll know that I'm trying a new thing called Pick of the Pulls. So I'm choosing my favourite piece from the set. It doesn't necessarily have to be the rarest. I imagine it's probably going to be more often than not. In this case, it certainly is. I'm going to give it to Thor Dis, just because of that awesome sculpt, and just quite a fun dial. It sounds like it's quite a fun dial to play. I would also be tempted to say that Dr. Stark would get it, as it were. But you can only have one pick, and Thor Dis is mine. So thank you very much for watching the E14 Toybox, Avengers Defenders War, and What If. Next episode will be 2 more, the final 2, Superman vs. Batman, Dawn of Justice, Gravity Feeds, followed by a pair of What If boosters. So look forward to that, and bye for now.